Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today we're going to be playing some Timber and Stone Islay Season 3. Wow, this looks really good from behind, actually. I remember it being quite empty when we didn't have any trees, or at least a giant, luscious forest behind the castle, but now you can just see the peaks, or at least the towers, just slightly popping up above the tree line. It's quite fantastic looking, actually. Really does show the enormity of the castle in comparison to the land around it. Quite nice. Anyway, welcome. What have we been doing? We've been constructing a church. It's quite fantastic. And also, I didn't call it a castle that time, which is really good. No real suggestions, though, on what the roof should really be like. However, someone did suggest that we might want to change the back a little bit, just to make it sort of curve, or not curve in, but go into the wall rather than what I'm doing right here. Maybe that might be a good idea. We could definitely... We could kind of get that done. What we'll need to do is actually bring this part of the wall up by 1 block, and then we should be able to get it done, but the problem is it doesn't really curve in with this. I think it's awkward. Too awkward, I think, to really muck around with right now. Maybe when we consider future designs on buildings that we construct, we'll probably put that into mind rather than what I've done right here. But the problem is I've done it on this side, and I've already done it on this side. Too much extra work just to see if it might look good. I'm not too sure if it's really worth it, since I think it already looks okay right now. I don't mind it so much. At least from a distance, it's actually unnoticeable, really, at least from the side. From over here, it's kind of awkward, and on this side, it's actually quite nice. The only reason it's awkward on this side is because it actually goes down by 1 extra block before it reaches the roof on the top here, so it's a little bit awkward, I would say. I keep saying awkward. Why am I using that word all the time now? What's the significance of that word all of a sudden? Look, I've not been learning the word awkward at all. This is not the case. I've known that word since birth. Sure, I really wish I did, but no, I did not. Yes, I like these trees as well. Once again, still a bit annoyed that this part is sort of 1 block further away with the trees anyway than this part. I think so anyway. Actually, maybe not. Wait, let's get our block out first and just double check. So this is on the 3rd block. On this side it is on... Yeah, it's on the 3rd block. Okay. I'm not sure why it looks weird then. Maybe it's because of the scaffolding in their way right there. You can probably hear Merv. Hello, Merv. No? No, he's looking in the mirror right now. He's just trying to figure out why he doesn't look human. Anyway, there we are. Now he's talking to himself. That's good. So yes, no real suggestions of what the roof should look like. So I think I'm just going to go for sort of a traditional sort of roof, I suppose. Nothing too crazy. I actually don't know really what to go for. I haven't actually looked up enough. Maybe I should. I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. I just looked up some images just to remind me of what the hell I'm even going for right here. I do apologize about the recordings today. I'm probably only going to be doing 2 episodes. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm not too sure why. Probably because it's the morning. I don't know. I try to record a little bit more in the morning when I can, since it's, I mean, I work mornings, but this is the weekend, so, you know, a good morning start. It's not always a bad thing, but sometimes it's, I don't know, I just don't feel right about it. But anyway, I've been doing recordings pretty much every day this week, so I guess maybe I just need a little bit of time off. I do not know. I guess I will be after today. Hello, more merchants. Once again, there's always a merchant every time we start a session. You're what? How much wheat do we have, actually? That's probably not that bad of a deal. Let's just see. It might clear up some of the... You know what? That's actually not that great of a deal. The thing is, are we running low on storage for wheat? Let's see. Not at all. You know what? I'm going to decline that deal, because I quite like the idea of having wheat. Whoa. What is this? Anyway, right, we'll get that out of the way. It was in the sky then. Very strange. Nope, decline. We're not really making any wheat right now, which is why I guess I don't really want to sell them anything. Just because then we'll have to actually start making wheat, and it might end up getting out of control when I forget about it. So there we are. We're going to try and make, or at least finish off the church for today. No, thank you. I'm just going to decline everything, to be honest with you. I don't need anything right now. So yeah, we've got this over here. We do need to make something, or at least some way for them to get up here. Do we? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not too sure if we really do. We do need to make some sort of bell tower, though. Do we? This is all awkward. It really is, because I don't know how to make a bell tower convincing in timber and stone. Simply because of the palette that we have. we just have a look right here, there's nothing that really is representative of a bell tower. We could use sand, maybe. But we don't really have much sand, and I think it would look a bit too gritty. So I don't really want that. And we've just got lots of wood and stone. Roofing was not going to work. I mean, we could use scaffolding. It'd be like the most fragile bell you would ever see, but there we go. So I think we're just going to try and make a sort of simple flat roof, maybe. It's a flat roof, or it's going to be an actual sort of slightly... Well, I can't make a pointy roof in timber and stone, so I think a flat roof is just easier. That's really it, though. It's just what's easier at the moment. I don't really want to go up any further than this, though. So if we're going to make the flat roof, we have to make it pretty much right here. Simply because if we do make it one block taller, this representing a block right here, what is surrounded by the umber brick, is a block. If we do go one block higher, then it ends up being roughly the same size as this tower right here, which I don't really want. I just feel like it shouldn't be slightly taller. What we could do, though, is actually make like a nice little design before it meets... I mean, I do want it to be a little bit higher, so what we might need to do, or might not... No, wait, start that again. My God. Oh, come on, get the brain running. What we want to do is make it slightly taller, just so that it sort of escapes... I say escapes. Just so it's a little bit further away from the roof, and that way it might look a little bit more like a tower. We're just going to have to assume there's a bell in there. I think that's really it. You're just going to have to use your imagination. After we've done that, though, what we will be doing is the inside of our church. Nearly called it a castle again! Why am I doing that? I've never had such a terrible start in Timber and Stone for at least a little while. Anyway, not sure what it is about today. Anyway, let's just ignore it. Right, I had to clear my throat there, so you just probably saw a little bit of a jump. Also, Merv's rattling around is also getting on my nerves. Why can't he just stand still? Alright, walls, umber bricks. What we want to do is probably go up by an extra block on all sides right here. The game is running right now, so all of the lovely builders right here should be able to make their way up to the top. And then what we want to do is... let's get rid of that bit. This. So what we have is the stone brick going up by 2 blocks, and then all this umber brick connecting together in this kind of way. And then what we'll do is make the top of the tower, and we're probably just going to use a simple crenellation. Maybe the corners have something a little bit more interesting going on. I'm not really too sure. I hope so. Anyway, maybe we make a window here. That's a good point, actually. Maybe we'll make it 1 block taller, just so we can have a very small window on all sides. That might be a good idea, actually. I think we're going to do that. If we get rid of this, just 1 block tall, it makes it a little bit more of a pain in the ass, I suppose, for them to construct it, since they can only build 3 blocks high. Let's make sure we go into fixed RTS, and way easier at this point. There we go. I'm glad they have both sort of camera styles, though. It makes life significantly easier when building. Oh, there we go. Really awkward to record 60 frames per second in this. The save is so old. It's starting to become a little bit unstable. Thinking... Wait, what? That was a weird transition. I was going to say, thinking of things that are unstable. And then was going to go into my marriage. No, it's fine, I'm not married, but still. We have wolves over here. I mean, do we? Yeah, they're not dead, so I guess they are wolves. There's also some over there. And lots of trees to cut down. I forgot about that. Whoa. Oh, yeah, those are the other wolves. Okay. I got a little bit scared then. I thought for some reason this was a giant skeletal army. I'm glad it's not, though. That definitely helps out. So we do have a bunch of trees over here. I'm not too sure why the lack of noise in Timber and Stone today is really playing me, right? Not playing me, but it's throwing me off my game, as it were. It's distracting, just this silence. I can feel the silence right now. Right, let's remove any mature trees. So basically this entire forest. We're going to get so much logs out of this, it's going to be amazing. And hopefully this will be enough to build us at least a few houses. We're going to cut all those down before we go into our larger forest over here. How many tree saplings do we have left anyway, or seedlings? 45. So we do have quite a few seedlings left to use as decoration. Here we go. So a wolf has been spotted. Oh no, it's not going to make all these farmers go in that direction, is it? It shouldn't, unless of course those wolves go over there. I can't believe this corpse is still over here. You have to sort of click beneath them or something? No, I actually don't know how to get rid of the normal corpses. Maybe someone just goes to them and gets rid of them, I don't know. Let's have a look down here first, just in case one of our farmers is making their way towards the enemies. Doesn't look like it. So what we're going to do is move, Farkas, stay idle, and we're just going to tell them to go all the way over here. Alright, that's far enough. So probably right around there. That's going to deal with a few of these wolves. We have a load of lumberjacks right there. No farmers right now that I can see making their way outside of the base. A wolf has been spotted by Z903. Yep, that's still the farmers. Hopefully they don't aggro. Sometimes they do still. Like, look at them all there. They're all getting a little bit leery. So there we go. We're just going to move them around. Just get rid of these spiders before they before they infect, not disinfect. Maybe they are disinfectant. We got to find that out, actually. Right, so here we go. Let's go with our castle brick right here. We're just going to build 1 block high on all sides right here. There we are. And then go up by 1 block with the scaffolding. I do love building in this game. It's tranquil, I feel. I felt really good just that last second there. Just building, looking at the nice terrain, looking at what we've done, really. Look at that. It's fantastic. And we're nearly there, I would say. Mostly it's just houses, really. We've got to finish off this church, get the graveyard done, which is going to take up quite a lot of space, which is nice to see. It's going to take up probably this area right here. And, probably cut it around about there and then make like, one nice house right there. I like the idea of that. Another house right here. The problem is sort of making these houses on such sort of narrow terrain. Well, not narrow, inclining terrain. Declining terrain. Yeah, there we are. Where's our soldier gone? Oh, there they are. They're mucking around outside of their wall. The walls are done as well, although they're not necessarily done on this side, but I don't know how to incorporate them without it being awkward. So I don't think I'm going to bother that much. Maybe I should, though. Probably on a live stream or something like that. What I have to do is get rid of the farms along here and then make the wall. I'll probably redo it, though. Yeah, I think I would most probably redo the wall. Just cut it all down, make sure it's a little bit neater. At the moment, it's just so messy. I can't really do much with it. This as well needs to have like a proper wall. That would be quite nice. Right now, it's just stone. Done. We've got stone here, though. It's nice. There's our wolf. Apparently, duking Farkas right there. I think Farkas has aggroed that wolf, though, which is good to see. So if we just get Farkas to stop moving. There we are. No damage to you as well, Farkas, which is very nice to see. I'm going to move you up here. What's your stats right now? Not stats. Fatigue and hunger is all right. And you are level 20, which is good to see. Right, let's see. Ah, here we are. So they are constructing that level of the wall. So now, what we can do is go with the Yumber brick and do what I did just a second ago. We don't want them... Actually, wait. Let's pause for a second here. Do we want them to connect up like these squares? I think we do. But we also want it to connect up like this. Oh, okay. This is going to be quite awkward. There we go. So if we get rid of these 2 bits... and then that bit. So like this. So it connects up like a circle all the way around. And then the castle layer should be... Well, no, it shouldn't go out by 1 block. It should be good the way it is now. So if we... It's actually easier just to do it like this. I'm not sure why I did it the hardest way possible just then, but there you go. Oh, I'm not done it the right way. There we go. There we are. So that should be good enough. And that means that second layer is slightly smaller. We can have a window there, because it's 3 blocks up. Or 3 blocks. The stone brick, the castle brick right here, is 3 blocks in this gap, wedge, slice, block. I feel like saying block just works. So 3 blocks high in this block, which means we can have 1... shut up! Anyway. Oh, man, I really wish... I had a much larger vocabulary. Well, there you go. I don't, unfortunately. Is that the right word? I feel like that's the wrong word for some reason. Look at the wolf and Farkas slowly working together here. I really hate fighting the wolves in this area. They don't aggro half the time when they're in water, so they just chill out. Here we go. Maybe this guy's just aggroed. I don't know. Oh, no. Why? Why is your AI like this? Why? Can't attack in water as well, which makes it even worse. So Farkas is just going to have to chill out there until he has a chance to kill that wolf. Hopefully aggro it. No, for some reason it just wants to have a nice little doggy paddle right there. So Farkas is just going to have to chill out for the time being. We do have some more wolves over here. But I'm not too worried about them because they should eventually make their way towards us. And then they'll just die really because there's only one way to get into our keep. Let's move over here. How are we doing at the top? Yep, we're getting there. Good to see. Then we'll get all of our stone done. I'm glad there are 2 ways to get up and down, but they still get stuck every now and then. Right, there we go. So that's all completed. Now what we need to do is get our castle brick, go up by 2 blocks on all sides. There we go. We might want to be careful with the way we do this, actually, because they might end up missing out on the corners. So we've got this side right here, and already I've just realized that I've screwed this up a little bit. I mean, it depends how they build it. If they do it this way, then we should be okay. So if they don't do it, start that again, like that. They screw it up just a little bit. Right, let's have them skip that. No, why are you building these bits? Okay, I guess that's fine. That's not fine. I'm not sure why you're ignoring that again. I guess we're just going to have to do this very slowly. They should do it in order. It seems like they do have some sort of order to their construction. Like, they'll do the bottom layer first, then they'll work on the top. Oh, nope. Okay, they screwed that up already. Good job. Good job. Okay. Right, we're just going to have to get rid of that. Oh, okay, wait. Problem solved. Okay, it was nothing that bad, actually. They could actually go outside there. Okay, then that changes everything, I suppose. We're going to go 1 block high on this bit, and another block high on this part right here. Not that bit. No, on that bit, that's fine. Just need them to get out of here now. How's Farkas doing? You still chilling out, Farkas? You killed 1 more, that's good to see. I think he's walking back now. I'm not sure where he's gone. Farkas, where are you, buddy? You're just chilling out now, aren't you? Is he dead? I think he died. Oh no, there he is. I'm not sure how you got all the way over here, but you did. So I guess you're just going to go back to base, I suppose. There's probably another wolf lurking around somewhere. But there we go, that's fine. Move over here. Okay. So we need to get you out of here, JK. Well, his name is JK. I wasn't joking there. We need to actually get him out. So he should be able to get out. Let's not do that block first. The same with this side as well. And also this bit. Anyone outside of the tower? Doesn't look like it. We'll eventually need to mine out these walls, however. And actually, before we muck around, we might want to do that now, actually. So this will need to be this wall, I think. Yep, that one, and that one. They should be able to get to all of these. I think a miner can reach that from this block right here. They can get that one. They can do the same here. Yep, pretty much what I was expecting. And then we could build over them. Or at least these ones that we've not done yet. That I know they would be able to reach. Merv! What are you doing? Come here. My word. Come here. There we go. Fly on the bloody chair. Instead of making noise unnecessarily so. He was quiet all the way through this morning. I say all the way through this morning, but he's been quiet for 2 hours. And now he's yelling? Come on now. Just because I'm talking all of a sudden. Then again, I'm talking to you all the time. So I'm not sure why you're loud now. You just want to disrupt me, don't you? Hey? Bloody parrot. Right. Castle brick. Here we go. We should probably do this bit first. Okay. We can still do this. There we go. It's just, once again, miss that block just in case they build that first. This bit's fine. Keep saying this bit. Is there another word I can really use other than this bit? I don't think there is. No, we could do this bit. Okay, don't worry about it. Utility, scaffolding. Let's go up by 2 blocks here. Because we can. Well, not just because we can, but because we actually need to. So, we were doing it. Merv found that funny. So that's good. And we do actually miss the window here, which is good to see. What's it look like from the outside? Looks nice. Looks like it works. Shame the bottom bit doesn't really connect properly, but that's a shame and something we'll have to deal with later on, I suppose. Are they having trouble getting to each other? They are. Okay. Let's just rearrange this staircase a little bit. Merv's on my shoulder right now, just talking to me. Alright, there we go. Just one person wanted to get down. Everyone else wanted to do something. So let's see what these wolves are doing at the moment. What is it, Merv? Hey? You just want to chill out? Do you want to do the Let's Play, Merv? Hey? What's going on, Merv? Tell us. Merv, apparently. Merv is happening. There we are. Good. I like that. At least you're actually participating today, Merv. Usually you're just yelling. I mean, you was just yelling a second ago. But now I've forgotten about it because you've distracted me. I'm looking forward to seeing this bit of the castle done. Church! That's what it's called. I always think it's called a... Okay. I am the Innkeeper. Today, we're making a church. It's a fucking church. Ow! Don't attack me. Why? What did I do wrong? Now my voice feels like it's cracking. Alright. Okay. We need to... Ow! Ow! Fuck! Why? Just pinched me. Why are you so weird today? Right. Anyway. He's making some annoying noises. Right. Now he's laughing. We need to get some fences. I'm starting to see shit, guys. I'm starting to go mad now. Construction, terrain, now he's playing with my hair. I mean, it's fine. You could just groom for a second there, Merv. I think I made that in the wrong place. Nope, that's fine. Let's go over here. Seems like we're okay. Just zoom down. I did just check for enemies a second ago. No, we're fine. Nothing over there. I need to have some, like, really, really sensual... Not sensual, but I need to have some very relaxing music in the background. I think that's something I need to get done. Although now, to have that in the background and not have it be recorded, I guess, is another trick entirely. I guess I might be able to get something like that done, but that involves me not using fraps anymore, I suppose. Let's take a drink of water. I think that's probably what I need right now. Okay, so yeah, this looks alright. I like it. Now we can actually make the top layer, which involves... the umber brick. I mean, is this the top layer? That's a good point, actually, is it? I don't know. I'm thinking it is the top layer. But maybe we go up by one extra block. It's probably a good idea. One extra bit of umber brick. Should do the trick. Just to make it look like the top of the church tower. There we go. And now we can just change the floor to... We probably want the floor to be stone. I don't think there's any reason for it to not be stone. But maybe we just go for the trimless castle brick. And we have that around like this. There we go. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. It looks nice. And then we just get the corners off that are not associated with the walkways. Do the same on this side. There we go. They should be able to pass through that corner, yeah. Through that corner there. And this bit should be able to connect. Same with this part as well. They've already got this bit done for the most part. It's nice to see. Good flooring as well. Looks nice. Now we need to get the umber brick crenellations done. Now we do have these corners, so I suppose we need to do something a bit funky with the corners. So let's just do this. There we go. Let's make it look like a bit of a... Okay, once again, looks a bit weird. You know, it won't look weird once it's all done. But for now, it will look a little bit odd. I'm not naming what it is. I'm not telling you why it might look odd. That is up to you. That is for your interpretation, dirty bastards. There we are. Suppose I make it too obvious by saying dirty bastards there. I probably should change that right there. Make it a bit more of, you know, more clues involved. You know, let's find Wally, that kind of thing. Who's the Wally here? I don't know. It's someone. There we are. I mean, yeah. That's not bad looking. I quite like that. Actually, it's really good. I do like how the second layer right here, or the top layer, is actually very much smaller. At least 2 blocks, or maybe 3 blocks smaller. I think this is 6 across, so this will be 3 blocks bigger. Numbers! I do like how it is shorter, though. It looks nice. I'm not sure how I feel about this, though. I think it looks alright. It going up by a little bit more is quite nice as well. And they are a little bit taller. So, for a church tower, yeah, I think that looked quite nice. We just need a way for us to actually get in here now, which I guess is just as simple as making some scaffolding. We are going to have to use the fixed control right here. And it's going to have to be a very large pole. Probably the timbered brick. Because I know timbered brick looks really nice as a trimless design. One block off. Like this giant middle finger to society right there. So we'll just get that done first and then sort of work with them while they get that done. Meanwhile, we shall get rid of all this scaffolding because we don't need it here anymore and it's a bit of an eyesore. Same with this side. This bit as well, I don't think we need now, since they are going to be working on constructing the scaffolding that's going to make their way up to the tower anyway. Same with this bit. Let's get rid of that. We're going to be doing the graveyard now. And we are going to make just a bunch of mundane bricks, really. It's not going to be actual graves of people that have died, because otherwise we only have like 3 graves. So it won't look very interesting. We're just going to assume that this is the 3rd generation of this town. Islay is, of course, immortal. So, you know, don't question that part of the bit of, I don't know, lore. It's kind of lore, I suppose. Let's get the scaffolding done. I'm on the wrong folder there. So scaffolding's going to start here. And it's a problem that it's not really, what am I trying to say? That it's in the middle. It's sort of in the way. But it's not the end of the world. I don't think it's that bad. That big of a deal anyway. What I could do, maybe, is make like a pier at the top. That might not be a bad idea. Like have a little bit at the top where some extra pews are. I don't think that's usually going to be the case though. I can't think of anything at the moment. Today's not really the day for me to be artistic. So I'm just going to ignore that for now. Because I'm probably going to make mistakes quite a lot today if I really try and work on stuff. And right now we're doing something that's quite simple. I mean, the last bit's very simple. It's just a tower. Most of the towers in timber stone are just technique. Right, let's get rid of all the scaffolding. Don't know why I did that the hard way, but I did. Right, so now you should be able to get up. Or get down even. Get down, get down. Let's get some more scaffolding. And we need to start constructing the graveyard now. I think that's a good idea. So we want to get some fences along here. Actually, no, maybe just outside of it. I actually quite like the idea of the graveyard still being a part of sort of where this tower goes. So we're going to make it the tower, walkway to the tower, part of the graveyard. We do need to have a roofing going down here as stairs. So we're going to do that. And we are going to keep the sort of level right here. I quite like the idea of sort of having some sort of geography involved there. Not just it be a boring flat surface. We do need to get some more of the paved stone grey. There we are. And to connect up all the graves, we're just going to have little sort of slabs of paved stone grey sort of plotted around the walkways, which should look quite nice. So let's get these fences. The way these connect are going to be, it's going to be quite weird actually, how they connect. Starting to wonder whether we use fences or mix fences with brick. That might be a good idea. Like, I think it's better if we do that, because the way that the terrain morphs right now is just a bit awkward to deal with just fences alone. So if we have this bit open, and then we just have a wall along this side, that would be quite nice. It doesn't have to be completely closed off. It just needs to be slightly separated. Right, here we go. So let's go to our walls. Castle brick, castle ruin. We could use a bit of both. I like the idea of that, actually. Anything else that we could use? Fieldstone. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. We could use the fieldstone as the little slabs instead. That's pretty good. We should do that. Full timber. Nope. Yeah, I think castle brick's the good idea. A good idea. Actually, umber brick, I think, is a better idea. It's much older looking, and I think it would work better with the fences. So if we do this, every other block, and we are going to go down by about the same amount here. There we are. So there's our sort of walls. Well, our wall. I don't like this. At least I don't like how it's on the grass. I think we need to get rid of that. So we've got all of this. Now we get our fences. We have loads of logs, so we should be okay with the fences. Not scaffolding, fences. All right, there we go. And we just go up by 2 blocks instead. We don't want to go across the entire... this is awkward. It's when it goes down by a block is when it starts to become a little bit of a pain to make it work.